right, so the music's happened now. All right, hello and welcome back to the Jim Burns and Dave podcast. I'm your host, Stephen W. Burns, dressed today like Colonel Gaddafi, but in a quilt.
Yeah.
And I'm joined by David Mills and Sir Jamie Trinker as ever. Jamie Trinker is wearing a fucking Star Wars t-shirt. Even though he's under strict instruction never to do that when he turns up at my house, but he has done it and has ruined the entire business.
His wardrobe now. So.
Most of my wardrobe is Star Wars t-shirts. I mean, I don't even like Star Wars that much. It's bizarre.
Well, you've been doing a lot of Star Wars recently. You've been reading, which is amazing because I thought you couldn't read.
I've been reading the Star Wars, and I've been watching the Star Wars, but not the mainline Star Wars. I've been watching Star Wars Rebels, which is a kids' cartoon that's actually really fucking good.
Yeah.
So
all of Star Wars is a kids' cartoon, mate.
Well, exactly. No, well, I mean, I've been examining the new Disney canon, should we say, and part of that is these comics about Darth Vader that Kieran Gillen, former games journalist Kieran Gillen, I don't think he likes being reminded of that, because who would?
Yeah, exactly.
That he has been writing. So I've read the first couple of volumes, they're really fucking good. You know that bit at the end of Rogue One where, spoiler alert, where Darth Vader goes and just fucks everyone?
Yeah.
Just fucking bars fuck out of everyone. Yeah. Just like breaking necks and shit.
Yeah.
It's that in graphic novel form. It's just Vader sort of going around
graphic
doing
novel.
That.
Fuck's sake!
It's
it's a fucking comic.
No, it's not.
That's
it's
it might be. I haven't read that one.
I mean,
but there is a difference.
In my lexicon, graphic novel is what we used to refer to a collection of comics that's been put into one kind of volume. So it's the first volume is like issues 1 to 6 or whatever.
Have you read classic ones like Watchmen and stuff like that?
Yeah.
Or do you not class them as books?
No, they're not books, are they? they got pictures in them. That's not a book.
Yeah,
there's a picture book.
Okay.
I mean, look,
right. See, exactly. You've embarrassed. You've got Theresa May there, haven't you?
Listen, I'm not claiming it's incredible literature because it's a book full of pictures about Darth Vader battering people.
Oh, it can still be.
No, that's amazing.
But it's really fucking good.
I might have to read that after you finish with it.
So, but I've just hit a wall with it. There's like the next bit is a massive fucking crossover event with another Star Wars comic.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh yeah, you got to read all this shit now to get up to speed.
Nah.
I'm like, fuck when comics do that. When like fucking Marvel, you get to a certain point when you're reading the Avengers and it's like, oh yeah, well to keep up, you now have to go and read fucking X-Men issues, fucking whatever to whatever.
Shite,
you're like, I don't read X-Men because X-Men can fucking lick my root. So
unbelievable.
I mean,
unbelievable.
In general, I like persistent universes and
we've
stuff.
talked
and
about this in relation to films before, and films that tell half a story, and it's like, oh, you have to go and watch the other 7 in the series, and it's like, oh, makes sense.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I mean, things should strive as much as possible to be standalone, even if they do contribute to a wider canon. They should at least be accessible if you're not aware of the rest of the shite. But talking of expanded universes, also as well as that, I've been watching, as I say, Star Wars Rebels. It's just started season 3. It's very fucking good. So it tells the story of like a rebel cell. It's starts about 5 years before A New Hope, and the rebellion isn't really a thing yet, and it's
where is it?
Sort of telling the story about how the rebellion comes together, really.
Yeah.
But it's surprisingly very good. It's got arcs and stuff, and it's got some great characters. Although it's largely focused on the two main characters, a sort of crap Jedi who never managed to become a Jedi Master before Order 66. So he's sort of like a shit Jedi, and he kind of knows it. He's like, oh yeah, I'm a Jedi, but I'm a shit one.
Like Obi-Wan.
Yeah, and everyone's like, oh yeah, you are a shit Jedi. And then he's training this kid who's like, why am I listening to you? You're a shit Jedi. And he's like, I know, but I'm doing my best. And then... but it focuses on those two quite a bit, and they're the least interesting bit of it because there's all these other characters who are great.
Wait, so it focuses mainly on them, but they're rubbish?
Well, I think they're the least interesting of the ensemble.
Okay,
but
and you're still watching it.
They still manage to carry it.
What the hell is wrong with you?
There's a wonderful astromech droid called Chopper who
played by Eric Bana.
No, continues that Star Wars tradition of astromech droids being sort of adorable little pricks. It's very Star Wars, and it's exactly what you would want out of a Star Wars cartoon. That it's canon, so you can invest in it, and also it's not fucking terrible. So
And Vader turns up, doesn't he?
Vader does turn up, yeah.
Yeah, does he better fuck out people?
Fucking batters everyone, mate.
Does he? That's what he loves doing. In fairness to him, you know, he knew what he wanted to do with his life and he did it. So, Dave, what have you been up to?
What have I been up to? I'm playing The Walking Dead, actually.
Oh, good. Oh, what year is this?
Well, it's really good.
Yeah.
Well, I know it's not the most modern. Oh, the season 3's just come out as well, hasn't it?
Yeah. But you've been playing the first season?
No, 2.
Oh,
I finished the
okay.
first one.
You see, now, we spoke about this, Dave, yesterday, didn't we? Where a lot of people got really invested in The Walking Dead season 1 because you have to look after Clem and that whole, you know, relationship. But I couldn't give a shit whether she lived or died because she's a kid and they're fucking annoying bastards.
Yeah, that is a flaw.
So I just, when I'm playing it, I'm like, who cares? Like,
that is a flaw if you have like a heart of pure stone.
I mean, some may say it's a flaw with you rather than the game, but I wouldn't say that.
I mean, I think this is a Steve Burns character flaw rather than a flaw with the piece.
Fucking, just it's nonsense. Like all these movies, all these shows, everything about where are my kids? Like you fucked up having one. Anyway, so yeah, but you're enjoying
the
it, though.
entire plot as far as Burns summarizes the plot of The Walking Dead. Oh wow, my kid.
Oh wow, zombies in that, innit? Also, right, here we go. Now, I don't know that much about The Walking Dead, so I'm now going to pile into criticising it, despite knowing not much about it. So I'm pretty much a Tory backbencher and frontbencher. But so how come, right, the zombies, their like flesh is rotting, but their ligaments, their musculature, and their tendons still work? Why aren't those rotting?
Science.
What science?
That's not the answer now. There's absolutely no answer to
Exactly.
rotting as well.
Exactly.
We had the conversation about how quickly flesh rots as well. And
exactly.
How
load of
zombie
shit.
apocalypse
It'd
would
be over.
really
You wouldn't even
brutal
notice
for like
it.
a fortnight and then it'd be over.
You wouldn't even notice it. Like, if I fell asleep, a zombie apocalypse could happen and then have passed by the time I woke up. Now, granted, I may sleep for the next 6 weeks, considering where we went yesterday.
Well, there's always in zombie literature some biblical undertones, isn't it? I mean, so the implication is that this is that there's a supernatural element at play. So that's your explanation. That it's beyond science, that it is supernatural.
Unless you're breeding raging monkeys.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, that was a load of shit. But
you think that would be better guarded rather than just one guy going, nah, don't do that. Nah, fucking...
Yeah, I mean, did you not look too closely at those films like Jurassic Park as well? This is the most important weekend ever. So what we should do is send the entire staff home, except for that one fat guy that's in control of everything.
Yeah, Jurassic Park's a load of old shit, though. So
whatever.
It really is. Like, come on, guys. I know nostalgia is like a
That's
powerful
not nostalgia. Fuck
Jurassic
off.
Park is
It's 10 out of 10.
But you can't... I mean, you know as well as...
idiot.
I mean, this is you playing the Burns character.
Absolutely
because
not.
Steve Burns, the actual individual, knows fine well that you can't look at fiction through the prism of reality. That's...
Oh, right. Oh, what? Like every movie? Don't be a dick. Of course you can.
You absolutely can't, unless it's striving for realism, which a story
A lot
about,
of them are.
Story about a fucking dinosaur theme park isn't.
Yeah.
Story about the dead rising for the grave to eat brains obviously isn't striving for any kind of naturalistic...
On Michael Crichton, actually, I watched Westworld, and I really liked it. You weren't that much of a fan, were you?
I thought it was a load of shit. I thought it was Jurassic Park for cunts.
Yeah. Yeah. So it was even worse than Jurassic Park.
That's not a thing. You know what? Your music is even worse than Mozart.
No, Jurassic Park.
It's not a fucking
Honestly,
sentence that anyone
Jurassic
ever
Park,
says.
I just never could
I'm only
get into
joking
it.
about the Jurassic Park comparison, by the way. It was just when I enjoyed people trotting out when it was on telly, because it was like, it's Sophie like Jurassic Park. It's like, it's nothing like Jurassic Park. It's about a theme park, and that's where the similarities begin.
But it's also
about Michael Crichton,
men doing like the work of God as such, and the consequences. Never stopping to ask whether you should.
There's themes, but the execution is so different, and as I mean, it's kind of like saying the Bible is like exactly the same as Lord of the fucking Rings. It's like, well,
What on
obviously
earth are you talking? Listen, the best Jurassic Park movie, as we all know, is Jurassic Park 3. So, right, listen, here's what I've been up to. Nothing. At the moment, I've got a quilt on.
we're gonna tweet this
Can I
picture 'cause
just,
it's
before
just
you carry
incredible.
on, can we get a photo of you sitting there as you are now and just make that the thumbnail for this podcast so we can, because I think that would add a lot of needed context for your
Basically,
demeanor right now.
I look like Colonel Gaddafi, but he's got a hangover.
If he was wearing a bright yellow duvet,
Yeah, well, he,
sunglasses indoors.
Is it possible? Can you still libel Colonel Gaddafi, or does it?
no, you can't libel the dead, I don't think.
Yeah, is that fine? Is that all right? Okay, not that.
I mean, I'm fairly certain that the estate of Colonel Gaddafi has got bigger problems than a bunch of fucking tossers sitting in a fucking.
Just want to make sure before we say anything.
What? Like, listen, he was a mad old bastard.
Listen, you got to be careful about insulting dictators nowadays. Like.
Yeah. Did you see? Speaking of dictators, did you see Theresa May? Fucking talking a load of old shit. Right, here you go. We're not going to talk about this for very long. But Theresa May, right? She was like, nah, Brexit's going to fuck the entire country.
Yeah.
And then when she saw that she could get the top job, she went, well, fuck everyone. I want the promotion. I want my place in history.
Yeah, yeah.
So she literally threw everyone under the bus and her own principles.
I mean, she's in good company though with Boris Johnson and David Cameron.
Yeah,
and
she's a
everyone
Tory
else
though,
is
isn't she? She's so fucking Tory. I mean, listen, this is what I've been up to. I've been watching Premier League years and eating cream cheese and salmon bagels.
Yeah.
They're well good.
Yeah.
They're well. I ate one and I thought, you know what? Fuck it. I'm going to eat another one.
Aren't
Because
they
I
like
can.
fucking 40,000 calories
Honestly,
each though?
who cares?
I ate about 30 pieces of breaded chicken last night when we were at that
Oh
party.
yeah, we went to a party and then there was just chicken, so we had to eat it.
I had a 400 calorie omelette for breakfast and I felt bad about it.
Why?
Because it's it's difficult to not eat shit these days.
Do you know what I had for breakfast?
Yeah.
Crisps. What are you gonna do about it? Well, I'm a fucking adult. I can eat crisps whenever I want. In your face.
Has anyone had a crisp sandwich? 'Cause that's the thing.
The view we've got, the view we've got of the man in front of us saying "I'm a fucking adult" is quite incredible. Sitting in a fucking Man U top.
Yeah.
Just like, yeah.
Duvet and border shorts.
Exactly. Look, these aren't board shorts. Don't be a dick. Don't
Come in,
be a
you're just
dick.
watching Sky Sports, fucking shouting it. There's some shite about Tom Watson, the golf player, when I got here.
Oh, yeah.
What it is Tom Watson, isn't
Yeah.
it? Not the Labour MP, the golfer. And Burns was just sitting there watching it intently, but also constantly under his breath going, "Golf's a load of shit, mate."
Golf is a load of shit. So, bizarrely, I quite enjoy watching it, but
Yeah.
then I do like getting mad at stuff. And the idea of a bunch of people destroying the countryside so they can put sand in it and then knock a fucking ball around into a tiny hole.
Golf courses destroy the countryside. Maybe take it up with like logging industries before you get to golfers.
Listen, you're fucking dumb, so I'm going to let you go on this one. But apparently one of the big problems in California with water is not people using their fucking hose pipes or whatever. It's golf courses, because the lawns and all of it needs so much water for it to be playable that it's just destroying the environment. But don't worry, because I want to knock a little
Livestock
ball
could have
around.
much more of an effect than that.
What?
Keeping
What?
animals. Beef and shit, innit?
What about animals? What are you talking about?
The amount of land and water it takes, you knob.
Oh, right. Listen, I want a big tasty now. So can someone, when they hear this, send me a big tasty?
Send me a big tasty, and also a summary of the environmental impact making that big tasty for you to eat has.
Have you seen that website where you can find out if you plug in like what technology you've got, what clothes you've got, television, whatever.
Yeah.
And it tells you like how many people are living in like essentially slavery to make sure that you can have all those goods.
No, I haven't seen that.
Mine is
probably
monstrous, mate. It's
really
unbelievable. It's unbelievable.
I bet about 1,000 ducks died for that duvet.
It's
Oh man,
horrendous.
it is good, isn't it?
It is horrendous. Like
because you know.
I mean, you're fucking worse than the two of us put together, probably. I haven't said
what
that.
on earth are you?
Having
talking
said that, I've
about?
got 3 children, so I've probably
Exactly.
contributed more to the end of civilization. than
Yeah, I
anyone.
can leave the heating on whenever I want and not
Yeah.
get anywhere near the fucking carbon footprint of your bloody sequels. Listen, right, time for some questions now. Dr. Mark Sloan at Gavster93. Yeah, this is a good one. He says, do any of you have a favourite film poster? Terminator is one of
I
mine.
mean, that is an excellent
Good
choice.
poster, that, isn't it? Robocop, great poster. Future law
Chinatown.
enforcement. Yeah,
love that
Chinatown's poster is fucking... Do you know what is a great poster? The teaser for Star Wars Episode 1.
That is a great poster.
Yeah. Remember everything around Star Wars Episode 1 is incredible.
The marketing
but the
for
movie
Episode
itself
1.
is so
Like
bad.
that first trailer, it's fucking incredible.
Yeah.
All the little allusions to like the Vader breathing, as you say, that poster, the kid casting the shadow of Vader, fucking absolutely incredible. Like, I mean, it really looks like marketing for a totally different
That
film.
shadow one is particularly brilliant.
And then you watch it, and it's like, yeah, it's dog shit.
2001
Yeah, which one?
with the space station.
Space station and
planet.
the planet in
yeah.
the corner. Yeah.
And the little thing coming out.
Yeah.
I love the old
Spaceship.
ones like Nosferatu and Cabinet of Dr. Caligari as well.
Yeah, those ones are fucking incredible. You know what? One of my favourites is the one sheet for Apocalypse Now, but not the one with fucking Marlon Brando's big head.
Yeah,
It's
the
one.
Kurtz one.
It's
with
the
him
one with
coming
the
out of the dark.
river.
Yeah.
It's just a river, and then flying across the sun are what looks like birds, but then when you get closer, it's a squadron of helicopters. It's
Mean
pretty
Streets as well. That's a brilliant one with the gun, forming part of the houses.
Yeah, yeah. Godfather Part 3 teaser, theatrical poster. It's good. Michael Corleone praying. Movie's not that good, but
Blade Runner.
yeah, I do.
I love my
many
stylized
posters.
posters.
I like
that.
it. I like it. I mean, a lot of the Drew Struzan posters are absolutely incredible. Speaking of stylized posters, The Thing has got an amazing
Thing, yeah,
poster.
the one with the bright light coming out his face.
Yeah, yeah.
If you want to talk like 90s tosser, iconic, the Train Spotting poster is a fucking
Yeah, it's
great
very
one.
different.
Listen, I'm trying to remember the 90s and it's difficult.
Yeah, the 90s were a load of old shit, apart
Yeah,
from
the 90s were a load of old shit, but I'm starting to appreciate them now. I'm starting to really appreciate the 90s now.
Would you rather be in the 90s or where we are now?
Now, because I'm older and I've got a house.
Yeah,
and
I've
I can
got,
piss
like-
Because you
anywhere.
can eat Chris for breakfast. That's
I
the
can
only
eat,
fucking reason.
I can eat
isn't
Chris
it?
for breakfast and I can piss anywhere in his house because I own it.
In the
about
90s, I had to like...
The only house in London losing value is
In the
stench.
90s, I had to do exams and that, and now I can wake up at 2 in the afternoon and stick fucking DS9 on, and I wasn't
Unbelievable.
Does,
Unbelievable.
does Star Trek know you're cheating on it with a load of animated Star Wars films?
Yeah, honestly, I'm towards the end of my Deep Space Nine rewatch now, so it's had enough. Go straight on to Babylon 5 after that. It's my annual tradition.
What on earth? Listen, Mick Boss asks, any franchise you wish had stopped after the first one, even though you might lose one good sequel?
I'd never understand it when people get annoyed when shit sequels are made, because it's just inconsequential. It doesn't fucking matter. You can ignore them.
It doesn't take away from the original.
I mean, it's like you know, I mean, as much as I can't stand the Abrams Trek films, although I did quite like the last one. People are like, you know, there's some like really hardcore Trek fans who are just like, they should never have been made. It's like, why? Just, I mean, fuck
Yeah, but
off.
hardcore Trek fans are all fucking tossers.
I mean, it's like, what you're essentially saying is that something shouldn't have happened because you don't like it. I mean, that's like me saying that football shouldn't exist because I
You're gonna go
personally
there,
aren't
I can see your
invested in
little
it.
cogs turning.
Get absolutely fucked.
no, I think that...
Apologies
okay, so,
to the asker.
Yeah, yeah, you've been incredibly rude there. I'm putting the sunglasses back on. About, you know, the most obvious one of recent years, I think, is either Star Wars or The Matrix. Highlander had an amazing first installment because it was just bizarre. And then the sequels, like Highlander 2.
Yeah, but you only
is one
don't
of the worst
want you
movies
only
ever
don't
made.
want the sequels once you've watched them and realised they're shite. Like after The Matrix, you really wanted 2 and 3.
Yeah, I was really excited, but then I was like a kid then, wasn't I? How old was I? 2003. Oh, well young, like 19.
Like 4.
19. Imagine 19-year-old me. Don't. Dave knew me at that point. It's
Still a
bad.
tosser.
Yeah.
Just a bigger tosser. Just
No, he's better then. He's getting worse as he goes.
Was he
older.
less self-aware or more self-aware?
What on earth are you talking about? I turned up wearing sunglasses.
I mean, he did cover a bedroom in crisps one time, which was and cornflakes.
Actually, you know what? The guy's got a point, because if they'd never made any Star Wars films after A New Hope, we'd have lost Empire, we'd have lost Rogue One, we'd have lost Episode 7 and all that good shit.
I could live without episode 7.
But we would never have got Attack of the Clones, which is... and I know I've gone on about this before, and I know it's not exactly a new point of view, but I genuinely think that Attack of the Clones is, if you're talking about Hollywood, if you're talking about theatrically released films, Attack of the Clones is objectively the worst one ever made.
It's
terrible.
definitely up there. It really, really is up there, and that's not just.
I mean,
Star
it's
Wars
like
fan
basically.
baiting. Like, it really is
Honestly,
abysmal.
like in terms of creativity and everything, direction, artistic vision, acting. The Cheech and Chong movies are better films than Attack of the Clones.
Because you were pushing to do this for our next director's
I wanna do it for the
commentary,
director.
but I'm like, that's 2.5 hours
no
of
point.
us shouting at the film, and also I don't want to encourage people to have to go and spend even 50p on that film so they
2.5
can watch
hours
it along with
of
us.
me screaming. That cut was too long. That cut was too long.
I want to do, now I thought about it, Highlander 2. Because Highlander 2, I'm not sure if you've seen it recently, but
Absolutely not.
If you watch it back, it is unfucking believable.
Is that the one with Sean Connery, or was he in the first one? Can't remember.
He returns despite being killed in the first one. It's like, so I love that in Highlander 2 they just disregard all the established rules. So it's like, oh, they're immortal. So they've lived for quite some time, and then they're going to fight each other. And if you get your head chopped off, that's the only way you can die. I mean, great concept for a movie. Sword fighting and shit, isn't it? In Highlander 2, it turns out they're aliens.
I mean,
And Sean Connery comes back
So-
despite having his head cut off in the first movie.
Pulls that old Assassin's Creed twist.
Oh, they're
that's
aliens.
the one real crime. Like, you can make the rules of your world, and those rules can be whatever you want. You can work in a newspaper office with glasses on, and then when you take them off, be able to fly. That's fine, and no one recognises you, even though you've got the same face. But it's when you establish rules of the world, write yourself into a corner, and then suddenly something else can happen that gets you out of it.
Yeah.
And some of the Marvel films are bad for that. Like
Superman
Captain
flies
America.
around the world backwards and it goes back in time.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
I'm sorry. That's
not a thing.
unbelievable shit.
All of a sudden, it's a time travel movie. It's like, what the fuck? What?
Like,
How?
but that wouldn't change
So-
anything. He would go back in time, but he would still see his former self. He didn't get a cunt. Right.
Yeah, people don't. That's not acknowledged enough. How much of a pile of utter shit Superman 1978 is.
A lot of I think all the
There
Superman
hasn't
movies
ever
are
been a
shit.
good Superman film.
Yeah,
They've
because
never
Superman's
made one.
boring. Superman's
It's a goody little
fucking
two shoes, isn't it? It's a bit
fucking
dull.
Rivita boy.
Yeah,
isn't
but
he?
do you know what though? That's like none of the reasons why Superman is a shit character. None of that has really factored into why all of his films have been shite. It's all been because of bollocks like that. Oh, fucking
They should do the one. Was it
the fucking cellophane S and shit.
That was well bad.
I mean, for fuck's sake.
They should do Red Sun. Is that what it's called? The
Red
one,
Sun, yeah.
one where he's fucking lands in the Soviet Union instead.
Yeah, that's cracking.
They should do that one. I don't really know about these picture books, as you call them, but I remember hearing about that one. Right, listen. Hi, my name is Dan. 17 asks, "Are you guys fussed about the new Blade Runner film? It's gonna be shite. It's gonna be total.
It's gonna be utter fucking.
He's a great director, though.
Listen.
So
You can
I don't
tell.
know,
No, wrong.
but it's just really
You can tell.
dangerous,
I
isn't
swear
it?
to fuck, you can tell how good a film is going to be by how well designed the logo is, and that logo is a pile of fucking wank. So
Yeah, but you had the opposite argument for Star Wars. With all the posters that look amazing, the film's
don't
dog
examine
shit.
it too much. I've just said it, and I want it to
Yeah,
stand.
don't take things that I say and try to fucking make them make sense. I just don't understand why you would bother. Why you would go? Okay, listen, I'm well old now, so I'm gonna totally piss on my legacy.
This is totally like, I mean, all these resurrections of old franchises. It's the Harrison Ford alimony tour. That's all it is. It's like,
Harrison Ford is a happily married man. What are you talking about? I think so. I don't really know the ins and outs, and this is just pure
yeah,
speculation.
you don't know anything.
Yeah, that's true. That's why I am a success. But when Francis Coppola did The Godfather Part 3, apparently Paramount approached other people to direct it, like Sylvester Stallone, of all fucking people, and a couple of others. And essentially, what they said was, "We're gonna do it with or without you, so you may as well get paid." Essentially, you may as well do it because someone else is going to do it.
Yeah, then you come on as an exec producer and take the check and don't actually do
Well, that's what
anything.
Ridley Scott's
Directing
doing.
is a hell of a thing to take on if you're not really interested in
But
a
then if
film.
you've done, yeah, but who was it? Thomas Harris as well. I think was it Dino De Laurentiis' company bought the rights to make Hannibal Rising, which is just dreadful. And basically they said, look, someone's going to write this book, this prequel book, so you may as well be you. You may as well get the cash. So they did it. There you go. I just think that Blade Runner, also, the title immediately sets my teeth on edge. Blade Runner 2049. Do you remember
Yeah, I
like
don't
Knight
like the
Rider
title,
2000, all those sort of things? It just immediately dates the movie.
Blues Brothers 2000.
Blues Brothers 2000, June 2000.
Seven.
Yeah.
7, 1942.
100,000 BC.
What are you talking about?
That was a film with a year in the title.
No, absolutely not. Listen.
All right. Do you know what title dates a film?
What?
Last Temptation of Christ. He died fucking years ago.
That's right.
That's well old, mate.
Jamie Foxx, 88.
Yeah.
Not the Jamie Foxx, I would imagine, but maybe. Could be.
Yeah.
Asks, is there a film or films which you wish had a prequel made? So speaking on that note, so no. That's the answer. The temptation is always there. It's like Hannibal Rising and Star Wars and everything to go, wouldn't it be cool if we saw Hannibal Lecter as a kid?
It depends on the character you're talking about. Like, I don't need to see Hannibal Lecter as a kid because I just like that he is. And the same with the Joker. I don't need the Joker's origin story because it's just that he's a force of nature and that's what makes him terrifying.
Yeah, there's very few films where you want to see the origins further explored, because I mean, I personally, I always feel that prequels are inherently disappointing because you always want to move forward with a story rather than go backward, right? So, and especially because there's a question of like, I mean, because you know how this all ends up at a certain point in the timeline, so it's like it removes the stakes as well. I would have said before they went and fucking made them and made a total fucking dog's dinner of it, I would have said that, like, you know, you could really make the argument for making the Star Wars prequels because there's so many things that are alluded to that inform the characters and have contributed to the state of the world when we first see it. That you know, you hear about the Clone Wars and you hear about the Jedi Order and the Old Republic and all that stuff, and you kind of want to see how that is destroyed and how it's dismantled, because that is literally the setting.
It's different though, because we're talking essentially about characters there, where you're talking about entire worlds, universe.
That is what I'm saying. But I think you know, but then in the execution, one of the worst things about Revenge of the Sith, for example, is that fucking, I mean, it feels like it's about fucking 400 hours long. I don't know how long it is, but the Obi-Wan Darth Vader fight where there's no stakes because you know how this ends up.
No, I like that. I like that fight because he was on a little hill. It came down to
it's the worst fight of all time.
One of them was on a bit of mud.
Yeah.
And the whole thing was like,
he's on a bit of mud, so he's like, I've won now. I'm on a bit of mud. So, and some great lines as well, like, you know, when he says, but the Sith are evil, and he retorts with, but from my point of view, the Jedi are evil, and the audience goes, oh, he's got a point.
well,
it's really made
I
me
mean,
think.
it was...
Thanks, Captain Exposition.
I realise we're going over such old fucking ground.
Yeah, do you know, speaking of going
just
over old ground, do you know what the best TV show of all time is?
What?
The OC. Anyway, right, on to the next question now. Cod Chops 81. I do mean that. The first season of The OC is unbelievably good.
Have you ever watched any good TV shows?
Mob Wives.
I was
Real
going to say,
Housewives.
Isn't your favourite TV show Mob Wives?
Jeremy Kyle, that's up there for you.
I've watched all the good ones. World at War,
World of War is genuinely good.
Mad Men.
I can't think of any other TV series.
What else did I watch?
You never watched Deep Space Nine?
I've seen one episode of The Sopranos. That's me.
I've seen one episode of The Sopranos as well. I didn't get into that.
I don't watch Star Trek because it's shy. It's too peaceful. That's my problem. And all their tech is really geeky. Like these little phaser fucking shite. It's not good. It's not good.
But that's why Deep Space Nine is good. It's good because the rest of Star Trek isn't. It's good because it dismantles Star Trek. It dismantles Star Trek's absurdity.
I'm never listen. Shut up. Right. So anyway, look. Listen. Shut up. Codchops81 asks, who are our favourite 3 directors? So,
of the company?
Yeah, well, I would say...
me, Jim, and then one of us 2 again.
Yeah. Right, Francis Ford Coppola, obviously.
Yeah.
I mean, there was a time when Francis Ford Coppola was so good that 2 of the 4 movies nominated for Best Picture were by him.
Himself, yeah.
Which he was
Conversation is a brilliant film.
Yeah.
And that was when he looked exactly like Patrick Dane.
Yeah, he did.
So,
yeah.
I mean, that's an in-joke, sorry.
Yeah. Apparently he threw... he won his first Oscar in 1970, I think, for co-writing Patton. And then he won like 4 or 5 other ones. And then apparently in a fit of rage one day he threw 4 of them or whatever out of the window of his San Francisco house and smashed them on the sidewalk.
And now he's just gone, fuck this, just runs a vineyard.
Yeah, now it's like, look,
excellent choice.
I'm the boss. Francis Coppola is obviously amazing.
I mean, the classic ones, Hitchcock as well.
No, he was overrated.
No.
All of his movies were about men in suits just being just being British and that, innit?
Just sort of stalking about being cunts.
Exactly.
I mean,
talking too quickly at each other.
Have you seen my favourite Hitchcock film? Is Rope, the one where he shot
That's
it.
not
as
a
if
very good film.
No, because he shot it as if it's one take, but it
yeah.
obviously isn't one take. But it's my favourite Hitchcock film because he had to fuck the concept to get his cameo into it. So it's like, well, you've got a cut now. It's not one take anymore, is it?
Yeah,
So,
but he's got to be in
Rear
the movie.
Window is
But
one of the best films ever made.
Yeah, but that's...
Rear Window is fantastic.
The Rear Window isn't as good as The Simpsons.
Did you see the
parody of it.
TV remake of Rear Window where they had Christopher Reeve post accident as the
Really?
Yeah.
No.
That was, I swear to, I know it sounds like an Alan Partridge idea, but I swear that was a thing that they did, and it's
Really?
like, fuck me. It's Christ.
Stanley Kubrick. See, he knew what he was doing.
Do you know what though? Kubrick, I don't know.
What are you talking about, you twat? Wait,
yeah,
hold on. Like, he's top 3 all time.
Listen, right?
Tchaikovsky.
Yeah. See, that guy knew what he was doing as well. Big time. And then he got iced. which was sad. But
I think Kubrick is brilliant, but there's a lot of stuff he gets plaudits for, which I don't think.
His films are often lacking emotion.
that's why I like them.
I find
of
like
course it
2001: A Space Odyssey. I find a lot of things to like about it, but I also
I
do
love
think
2001.
I also do think though as well that after the Monkeys it goes downhill a bit. Like,
You're full of... It's got the guy from fucking Thingy in it.
but I've
Ross
been
in it.
told that when you watch that on 78mm, is it 78mm? I don't know. That's
70mm.
70mm. 78mm? I don't even know where I got that from.
For goodness
when you watch
sake,
it on
Jim.
70mm, when you watch it on a massive fucking screen,
Yeah.
it's about, because one of my mates did it when the BFI had a thing about it. It's fucking incredible, and she was like, you know what? I kind of thought it was a boring load of shit before, but then I saw it, and it is amazing, and it transports you to this altered fucking state. It's incredible. All those fucking, like, those massive long shots of fucking mountains or whatever, and he's tweaked the colours and that goes on. But when you're sitting in the house watching it on DVD, it's like, this is a load of shit. What the fuck?
Well, but that argument could be made.
Go to the cinema then, innit?
Yeah, you fucking toolbox.
No. What I'm saying, I mean, but you also have the argument that without story, then your project is nothing.
What are you talking about?
Well, it depends if you're doing a character thing or a story.
Well, it's about emoting, isn't it? It's about
No.
imparting ideas and narrative. And
No.
There's a lot of ideas in 2001.
No, absolutely, but I would argue even that if your film doesn't stand up on a telly, you get points knocked off it.
No, absolutely
Yeah, but a lot of these
not.
films were made
I'm sorry.
when TV didn't even exist.
Yeah,
No,
thank you, David.
that's like saying Transformers fucking 12 is a load of shit, but it's great in the IMAX. I mean, would you accept that?
I'm not accepting that Transformers 12 has been included in the same conversation
I
as
know.
2001.
Listen, I'm
No,
big into The Shining at the moment.
There's some degrees of this. There are degrees, cause
Absolutely not. Absolutely, The Shining is brilliant, and people don't like it because it's like emotionally very cold. But I'm like, yeah, it's the story of a man who hates himself and his family, and then resolves to kill everyone. And I'm like, yeah, I get
It's
it.
like looking into the future.
Yeah, it's great. Like me sitting in the Colorado lounge, big chat, just sitting there typing away on my typewriter, which changes colour. No one seems to really know why or how. But
So
like,
we've known quite a few old classic ones. Who's your modern day director?
nah, there are no good film directors anymore.
Aronofsky, really good.
Oh, I really wanted him to do that RoboCop. He was gonna remake RoboCop. Darren Aronofsky's RoboCop would have been unfucking believable. Sofia Coppola, actually. I find, even if the movies themselves aren't always amazing,
Did she do that one that opens with a fade up on ScarJo's arse? Is that,
Yes.
Yeah. She's well good.
Lost in Translation.
That's the one.
You may have heard of it.
Yeah.
David Fincher. Surely he
Fincher's really good.
Fincher's one of the ones that's ruined by his fans, isn't he?
Yeah, the Fincher fan base is...
Same with, what's his name? Fucking Bowie's boy. His fans fuck me right.
Uncle Joe's.
Yeah.
Moon's a really good film.
Yeah, Moon's cracking, did
Source code's a load of shit,
Did you see the state of fucking Warcraft, though? Like,
Didn't you go to the premiere of that?
I did.
Didn't you then hang out with Charlie Brooker afterwards in the pub?
I did.
You went and, yeah, like fucking mover and shaker.
Can the
gin
record show
drinker.
that you brought that up and not me?
Well, the record would show because it's my voice. If it was a transcript.
We do record these.
I just want it to be. I don't want any fucking comments going, "Oh, Jim bragging about that." No.
Yeah,
but yes, that did happen.
He's always texting you, isn't he?
Yeah.
Wait, Alice from Video Gamer also went to that premiere, and I mean the film's a load of shit. People went to such lengths to defend that fucking nonsense. And like, it was one of these things as well where it's like, I'm sure if you're a Warcraft fan, like, and you got all the references and shit, it was great. And visually, it was great. But it was just incomprehensible fucking garbage. And
I've never played World of Warcraft or any of the other Warcraft games, so maybe I'll watch it.
Yeah.
And I'll try and explain what happens.
You're more of a Minecraft kind of guy, though, aren't you?
Minecraft's amazing. It is amazing. It's so good. And,
looking forward to the inevitable Minecraft film, though. Isn't that actually happening?
Yeah, it's got to happen, isn't it? It's got to happen. Okay, last question. Steve, why are you so great? This is a good one. And do you think you will be the best Labour leader since Tony Blair? Oh, that's a wonderful one. Her name was withheld. Yeah. Well, look.
Imagine Burns as Labour leader.
Fuck me.
I'd be better than the current Labour leader.
Well, yeah, I mean,
a man who doesn't want to be Prime Minister. You've got to want to be the Prime Minister. It's kind of the point.
I just look at
a man
how
who-
his speeches start with,
a man who-
"Hi plebs, I'm your
man who,
saviour."
at the time of recording, is yet to respond to the PM's Brexit speech. And it's like, if this was Blair, he'd be right fucking in there, sticking the
mate.
fucking boot in.
If it was
Can
Blair,
you imagine if this was Michael Howard talking about leaving the EU versus Tony Blair? Like,
He'd be going on a tour with his yacht.
I mean,
informing
look,
people to stay.
whatever you think about Blair by this point would have ripped his fucking spine out across the bench. Like,
yeah.
when Corbyn's just going, no, we've got to be nice about it. haven't we?
You know what?
Fucking.
I don't think Tony Blair's going to get that knighthood. I've just got a feeling that he.
I don't think. Is anyone going to go on the honours list from Labour? Is Corbyn too busy fucking wanking in his allotment or whatever?
Me.
Can't.
I would support Labour if they had a leader and not just a fucking joke, not just some fucking waxwork, some fucking load of old bollocks cunt. But let's not
God,
get.
imagine how articulate your arguments would be in the House of
Honestly.
Commons. Although, to be fair, this is essentially what Trump has said, but with slightly less animated
Oh
language.
yeah, hold on. I've got this Trump quote. It is one of the best quotes. I read this out to you yesterday.
I always
didn't
like listening to or reading Trump quotes and then imagining Barack Obama saying those words, and you're like,
it's just no.
no, absolutely not.
Here we go. This is Trump on the Middle East. Right. I looked at something. I'm not allowed to show you because it's classified. But I just looked at Afghanistan, and you look at the Taliban, and you take a look at every year. It's more. You know they have different colours, and you say, what's going on? Well, yes, Donald.
What the fuck is going on there? It's not even that you can get what he's trying to say, but hasn't quite got the vocabulary to express.
I love it that
himself.
they've gone from one of the most educated politicians in
He
the
just
world.
oozes class. with
Don't
everything
think
that he
classy, educated, extremely articulate, extremely knowledgeable. And he's not perfect. I mean, people bring up
but
the
you
drone
never ever
strikes
will
and
get
stuff.
someone who is.
But like they've gone from that extreme to a man who is actually incapable of speaking English. He can't speak English. He can't speak. He can't speak any language because he's incapable of forming a coherent thought from beginning to end. It's astonishing, and I think that might save us actually.
Thank you for listening to the podcast.
Yeah.
I've got to go now because I've got to go to bed.
Is that it?
I've got to go to
Is
bed.
that it? That didn't seem like it took that long.
It's
Have you
fine.
cut this short so you can fucking go and have a kip?
No, absolutely not.
How long have you been recording
I don't know.
for?
Yeah, I look on the little
What's
box.
it say on the little box?
I can't. It says 46 minutes.
46. That's well short,
46
Burns. You
minutes.
lazy bastard.
What?
Right,
That's
okay.
not
Right,
it.
you're not hosting next time. We'll do it properly.
What? We've done it properly.
No, we haven't done it properly.
We've done it properly, and if you weren't fucking insisting and cutting most of it, it would be up to fucking 55 minutes or whatever.
I keep having to cut bits because I keep saying things that are bad.
Yeah, exactly.
Either bad or just incomprehensible.
You'll get the director's cut version of this.
The director's cut version of this is.
All right. Before we go, best director's cuts.
It'll be a
Here we
Ridley
go.
Scott director's cut where it's like 2 minutes shorter.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Best director's cuts. Go. Exactly.
Terminator 2.
Hmm.
Get fucked. That's a brilliant fucking director's cut.
It has a lot more footage.
Yeah, but it adds in a load of stuff.
Apocalypse Now.
Yeah. Yeah.
T2 adds stuff where it contextualizes things. It adds the Michael Biehn flashback. Lots of
No, it doesn't.
character stuff. Yes, it does.
Yeah. Not the. No. That's
No,
on
when
the-
she hallucinates that he's there.
Isn't that on the Ultimate Edition DVD, but not in the Special Edition?
I'm pretty
itself?
sure it's cut into the film at some
Well,
point.
we'll fucking see, won't
I'm
we?
sure there's a cut of that film where that's in there.
The scene is on the DVD. Where
No, but I'm sure there is a version. I'm probably wrong, but I'm sure
well,
there's.
you could make your own version and cut it in, couldn't you?
I'm sure there's a version of that film where that's been cut in on DVD.
Do not, under any circumstances,
Might be Ultimate Edition.
be a dick. Aliens has got loads more stuff in it, including. Let's see, this is the thing. Ripley comes back onto wherever the way station. She finds out her kid's dead. And it's like I'm like, good, fine.
You're the only person in the cinema that cheered at that point.
I was like, yeah.
Oh,
I
that
didn't
fucking
even-
cat's still alive.
There's fucking Burns, the only one that's sitting there going, "Oh yeah, great, she's out of mum jail." Right.
Exactly. Now she's got to go back to alien jail and fuck shit up. We should do that.
Which
sequel.
she literally ends up in alien jail later on.
Yeah,
so it's
we should do that
pathetic.
sequel to The Shining, where Wendy goes back to the Overlook with a squadron of Marines to shoot the ghost dead. Yeah,
So if you look on our Twitter, we'll be crowdfunding that for.
but they realise that they can't fire their guns because it will cause an avalanche. Yeah, so then they go into the ghost's nest. Do ghosts have nests? Yeah, why not?
They do now.
They
Yeah.
do now. And then in the end, Wendy finds a new kid because Danny's obviously died while she was in a coma for 57 years.
I'd watch that film.
I'd watch a sequel to The Shining where she went back to the Overlook with loads of fucking guns. Why not? Absolutely. Listen, best director's cut of all time, though, is the one which cuts all three of the Star Wars prequels into one.
What are you talking about? Someone must have done that.
That's not a director's cut.
And it is...
By definition, not a director's cut.
He's
Because the
he's
director had nothing to do with it.
It was George Lucas who white labelled it. And it's the Japanese version. So
Yeah, I was talking about this. Yeah.
yeah, so they just they rewrote all the dialogue in the subtitles. So if you speak Japanese, it's kind of ruined. But if you don't, then you get better acting, better voice acting, and better written dialogue. So that's good.
He's
that
basically like
online?
watching an anime at that
Yeah,
point.
it's on YouTube. Apparently, Topher Grace. Apparently, he did a cut of Star Wars 1, 2, and 3, and it's incredible. But only his mates have seen it, which sounds like a load of bollocks. You know, it's like, oh, I've got an Uzi, and you know, like I've got a hoverboard, but you can't come around and see it. You know, the old bollocks. But apparently, according to some people who did see it, some Hollywood people, they're like, it's really fucking good.
Stick it on YouTube, mate.
I mean, the hard sell there is the belief that Topher Grace has done anything of note.
I like Topher Grace.
I don't like Topher Grace.
He's got nice hair.
Listen, I don't like him, so that's the fucking
You don't
end
even
of it.
know who he is.
Yes, I do.
What was he in?
That 70s show.
Which one?
Well done. Well done. That was good.
Right,
well done.
listen.
You set that right up.
Yeah, listen. Follow us. Find us. Jim Burns Dave at the Steve Burnio. What's your new handle these days? Jim_Trinker. And tweet Dave Mills, which is just the worst fucking handle of all time. Listen, I gotta go
Because you
because.
moaned at my old one.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that was.
What was the old one again?
Wasn't it some shot at Dave the Boy Mills?
Dave
or
the
something?
Boy.
Dave the Boy.
Dave the Boy Mills. Dave the Boy Mills.
Dave the Boy Delve.
No. So yeah, we got to run because we got to do work, like proper work and that, and not just sitting around chatting.
Burns has gone back to bed.
I am going straight back to bed.
I've got to get a bus.
You've got to go and do various things for various people, Jim.
Yes,
and Dave's got to also go back to bed because he was out late last night
Yeah.
and has been a very bad boy.
You know, I really fancy a burger.
Yeah, I'm thinking Big Tasty. Big Tasty diet, innit? Just, you got to have a pizza diet. But listen.
You got to have a pizza. Fuck's sake.
Listen, I'm going to crowdfund my pizza diet book, innit? I'll be like the body coach. What's his name? Joe Wicks.
Joe Wicks, yeah.
Yeah, but it'll be me going, listen, you cunt. This is how you do the
How
pizza.
to put weight on in 3 easy steps.
Absolutely not, because you lose weight because you're under the calorie amount.
Eat loads of pizzas, just make sure you get taller.
So the pizza diet is you just eat a pizza once a day.
Yeah. It's simple. You don't even have to think about it.
You know, it depends on the pizza whether or not you're under the calorie amount. Because, like, there's those 4 takeaway ones in like Sainsbury's and that, right?
Yeah.
Right. And I've seen this one, and it's like, and it looked amazing because it had like fucking pulled pork and nachos and shit on it.
Yeah.
It's like, that looks like an amazing pizza.
Oh, I had that one the other day.
And you look at
The
it.
Sainsbury's one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had that one.
It looks amazing, but then when you look at the calories and you're like 430 calories per, and it's usually per half on a pizza, right? 413 calories. That's per quarter.
No one's eating half a pizza. What is that shit about?
Yeah, but okay, so what's the average for men a day?
2.5.
2.5.
But it depends on what you do for a job.
So,
basically a load of old shite
if you
amount of calories a day.
if you want to lose weight, you want to be eating less than 2.5. Like,
yeah, but you'd
me.
still be under 2.5 if you just ate a quarter of that pizza. If you ate all 4 quarters of the pizza.
Yeah, but
That's
you're
breakfast, lunch.
But it's the quality of the
tea.
calories as well, though, because the amount of carbs and saturated fat that's in that.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter. Listen, I came up with this. It works. Okay? Listen.
Just a single pizza. I'm going to go on the pizza diet, right? I'm going to go on the pizza diet, and I bet a month later I've put on a fucking stone. I'll fucking hate you forever.
Listen, the pizza diet is in no way endorsed by any nutritionists. But they're all a bunch of fucking liars anyway. They just want you to eat fucking leaves
Doctors
and that.
did used
I
to
cannot
endorse
wait.
cigarettes.
I cannot wait until after Brexit, right? Because it's going to be perfectly legal for you to promote that as a health diet.
Absolutely. I'm going to do
we're selling cigs to kids and stuff.
I'm going
and
to do
seeing this
cigarette
with
adverts.
EU.
I'm going to do alcohol for
Cigarette adverts. Oh
Yeah.
shit, I'm just smashing the place up
alcohol
now.
for kids, isn't it?
Isn't that like Hooch in the whole
This time it's personal.
Hooch is going to be like...
It's going to come back, isn't it?
It's going to
back.
come back. Oh, it is back,
yourself
but
down
like
spoons.
it's going to be on the side of buses and stuff. 14, fancy a tiffle.
just in schools, school
Yeah.
vending machines.
Fancy getting fucked up. See, when I was at school, I asked the question as to why McDonald's franchises weren't allowed to be in schools, because that would be great, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
But apparently there's some law against it.
We should. I mean, one thing I want to like when Brexit's happened and we're allowed to do this, I want to go into Lambert and Butler's offices and pitch to them. We license drill tweets. We stick them on the sides of buses, right?
Yeah.
So fags, that's what's nice.
Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah, that would really work. And
Anyone who gets an A
And a
gets
picture
pack
of a
20.
fucking 6-year-old smoking.
the thing is that
It's glorious New Britain.
who cares? Like, you're going to get iced at one point anyway.
Yeah.
Why not just do things that you enjoy?
Most
until
people
you're
don't
done?
get iced. Most people just die naturally. There's no icing.
But you do go what you. Ice just means dead.
No, getting iced is like that's a verb.
No, it's
Also,
it relates to you being in
isn't the etymological root of that Trotsky getting blasted with an ice pick? Isn't
No.
that?
It's in the morgue, isn't it? Put on ice.
That's what I thought you meant, yeah.
Is it?
Yeah, you cunt.
All right. Okay.
Trotsky. Fucking Marxist over here, mate. Fucking Labour supporter. Yeah, that's what I'm going full Tory, mate.
I don't know.
I'm going full Tory. I'm going actually worse than the Tories. I'm going the other one, Super Tory. Super Tory Fighter 2 Turbo. Listen, we're going to try and end this again.
Honestly.
Because honestly, I've got to go and do stuff.
I mean, we've just been diving down random rabbit holes today.
Exactly. But anyway, listen, thanks for listening, and we will be back later.
All right. See ya.
Thanks.